So it's been a crazy day. We've got some Final Fantasy XVI news, which is super exciting. I mean, who didn't want more Final Fantasy XVI? But we have some more solid news there. We're also going to be talking about CES 2023. Sony's going to be attending and what we could possibly see there from Sony given on their past events and what is expected to be shown some point next year based on some very, very reliable rumors / leaks. Now, before we jump into that, if you guys could do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, share the video. It helps the channel a ton, and I appreciate it a ton. Now, let's talk about Final Fantasy XVI at 12 o'clock p.m. EST on November 30th, which is today. The Game Awards tweets out next Thursday. The Game Awards is humbled to welcome Naoki Yoshida, producer of Final Fantasy XVI, to the show for a very special live presentation. And guess what? If you forgot, we talked about this previously with Tom Henderson saying, hey, there's going to be a release date, pre-order / trailer happening on December 7th or 8th. There was no confirmation, but it related to Final Fantasy XVI. And sure enough, the Game Awards comes through and says, hey, we've got a very special live presentation, which just says, hey, we're going to show you Final Fantasy XVI. And you got to remember something. He said himself, Naoki Yoshida said, hey, we have a release date, a more concrete release date coming sometime by the end of this year. And sure enough, this has got to be it. I don't think there's any doubt in my mind that this is it. This has to be it. Like, there can't be any other event after this for this year for them to do that. So I think it's pretty clear that this is the situation. And sure enough, like 12 minutes later, yes, 12 minutes later, Gematsu sends out a tweet saying Final Fantasy XVI has been rated in Brazil. So yes, this comes together once again, telling us, hey, that we're very, very much imminent for a release date. And this game is likely on track, as we have been told over and over again that they are polishing the game and it's, on track and it's doing well. It's coming along nicely, and they seem to just be delivering on that. So I think that this is definitely a situation where it is what it is in terms of speculation, in terms of leaks, in terms of rumors, and in terms of what it is now, the Game Awards coming out and tweeting what they did. So it makes a lot of sense. We're here. We're finally going to get a release date in December for this game. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what they do with the additions that they're going to have as well. I don't know if they're going to go all out, but as a friend of mine was saying, that with 14, they go all out. Every single expansion has gotten a collector's edition, and they are pretty extravagant, so I expect that 16 will be the same case. At least I hope. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think there's a lot happening here, and I personally am already convinced on this game. I don't need any more convincing to buy Final Fantasy XVI. I don't know about you, but this game I'm sold on already. Let me know in the comments, are you sold on this game? Do you want to see more? Let me know down below. But next, we are talking about Sony attending CES 2023. So, Sony has confirmed that it's attending CES 2023. The announcement comes with the annual event just over a month away. Sony's conference will be January 4th, 2023 at 8 p.m. EST. It will be available to watch on the company's YouTube channel, which obviously we're going to have a lot of eyes on that, given that the last time they did their event, they talked about QD OLED TVs, which they made one of the best ones on the market. And then they talked about PlayStation VR 2, which is even more important to what we discuss here on the channel. So PlayStation VR 2 was shown there, and it was a huge deal. We didn't really expect that. At least I didn't expect that. I don't know, maybe somebody else did. But for me personally, I did not expect them to show PSVR 2 there. So what are we thinking for this year? Well, if you remember, Tom Henderson talked about there was going to be a new chassis for the PS5, one that could have a detachable disk drive, one that you could buy without the disk drive, or you could buy it with it, and you could buy the disk drive afterwards, and it would all fit and come together seamlessly, so it wouldn't look like you have this disk drive that just hangs outside of your PS5 if you decided not to get the one with the disk drive. So this new chassis is expected, at least Tom Henderson seems to think so, that it could be here. And I think that that's a very valid and reasonable expectation if we are to believe his sources, which I personally am. So I think that this is something that we could expect. They are also expected to talk about some electric vehicle, which I personally don't have an interest in, as we talk about PlayStation over here. But that is the other thing, if you guys are interested in that. But most importantly, yeah, the PS5, the new chassis, what they're going to do there. I don't think there's going to be a huge price difference. Tom Henderson doesn't seem to think there's going to be a price difference. It's going to be the same price as if you bought it without a disk drive or you bought it with the disk drive. So you probably don't even have to worry about saving a few bucks here or there if you do decide to buy the console before this thing gets announced, if it even exists. But I'm under the impression that it does. Overall, this is kind of it for Sony, guys. This is Sony's first probably event / conference / whatever it is in 2023. And in terms of 2022, guys, we didn't get our PlayStation showcase. This just didn't happen. And it's because they probably A, weren't ready to show enough stuff, or B, it's because they are dealing with the whole CMA thing and they are trying to not look like they are locked and loaded with tons of games to go. I think it could be a mix of the both, but I know that some people really lean on one side more than the other heavily, as I've seen in the comments before. But I do think that the Game Awards is going to be the biggest presence we've seen for Sony since, like for this year, since that third-party state of play that they did that kind of shocked us all. We're like, whoa, this is actually a lot bigger than we expected. I think the Game Awards is going to be that place for us. Do I think that we're going to see a ton of different games? I don't think so. I think we're going to get something from Naoki Yoshida for Final Fantasy XVI. I think we're probably going to see Death Stranding 2, or it could be Kojima's Xbox game. I don't know. I think that Death Stranding 2 is more likely. And I do think that we might get one other game, a third game. Maybe Little Nightmares. Who knows? I know that a lot of people are waiting for this game, and we were supposed to get more info. We never did. That could be where they could show it, but we'll see what happens. Let me know what your expectations are for CES 2023. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe, like, share the video. You can follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. And if you want to help the channel out a little more, you can become a member for $1.99 a month Canadian, and it helps the channel a ton, and every dollar does get reinvested back into the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all on the next video. Take care.